kind of power tools I'm using. I've got this air nailer here. I've got cordless power everything. And here it is, the family's using this piece of junk. So it's high time they got to experience the world of modern cordless power tools and this glue gun. Hey everyone, it's the Eclectic Handyman here today looking at cordless power tools for arts and crafts. We have the BAUER 20 volt full-size glue gun. Let's check it out. Alright, so I picked up this set from the BAUER line at Harbor Freight. And normally I don't do a lot of Harbor Freight on the channel because in the landscape of YouTube there are a bazillion channels that exhaustively and repetitively cover all of Harbor Freight's line and do a great job at it. But this was one in particular that was kind of niche that I wanted to check out. I do go to Harbor Freight often. I've been shopping there for probably 20 years. I get a lot of odds and ends. Even in the background, I have a couple of Harbor Freight tools. Those are actually Pittsburgh pry bars I got years ago. They always have the good deals over there. And they've really done a good job kind of taking over where Sears left off. You know, the main difference being just about 99% of the store is imported tools, but most people really don't care. They just care about the price, the warranty. So Harbor Freight has done a great thing. But again, so many people cover it. I don't normally do it, but this tool I wanted to check out. And the reason be, the family likes to do a lot of arts and crafts, and they were using this. This is a traditional plug-in-the-wall, basic arts and crafts store glue gun. And as you can see, it's just absolutely a mess. Now the deal with this is you plug it in and you got it on a table and somebody's using it and it can fall on the floor. And if it's, you know, you do have to pull the trigger for the action for the glue to come out. But if you still have a hot glue gun, it can stick to the carpet, burn the carpet. These things don't set up nicely. Maybe some do come with a holster or a stand, but they're pretty awkward. All right, a couple of specifics you should know if you're interested in getting into this line or what's going on over there at Harbor Freight. They have what's known as the good, better, best line for folks that are at different price ranges. So they start with the Warrior, which is the entry level. Then they have BAUER, then they have Hercules. BAUER's right in the middle. I had to buy all three of these in order to get into that line. So the battery, I think with discount at the time I got it was between 20 and 25. The charger was about the same, and so was the glue gun. I think I got it for about $20. These prices might fluctuate a few dollars, but overall for less than $75, I got everything. Now, if you're already in the BAUER line, all you have to do is pick this up. And like I said, $20-ish is probably not a bad deal. As a side, I kind of wish it was in the Hercules line, which is their top of the line. It would have given me an excuse to be in that line had I wanted some of the other tools. I think they have like a small polisher that's a tool that I've always wanted, but I just don't like having batteries from like Craftsman and BAUER and Hercules. I know a lot of people do it, but as the, you know, Eclectic Handyman, Weekend Warrior, I am just not needing 15 different battery lines. I'm not a pro. So just a couple of things that you want to notice. If you're already in this line, you're good to go. I went with the entry-level 1.5 amp hour battery, which is their smallest battery. They make larger ones. I figured since I only have one tool right now, that was all the investment that I was going to need. It claims that it will run up to 45 glue sticks per charge. There is a, let's see if they indicate which battery size that's with. Oh no, so that's interesting. Using a 5 amp hour battery. So I don't know what, you know, doing the math on that, we're probably, what are we going to get, like 10 sticks? But honestly, when you talk about a glue stick, you're talking about one of these guys right here. You don't, I mean, if you're going through 30 or 40, that's too big of a project. Anyway, talks about some of the different features of this. I think the best thing that I like about it is that this tool is going to stand up. So from a safety standpoint, charging this battery, and the family that when they do arts and crafts, they can just pick this thing up, turn it on. They don't have to worry about cords and wires. They get probably a bit more efficiency and power out of it. I think they're going to be excited to use this. I'm going to try it out on something simple and see how it works. Going to get it charged up, take all this stuff out of the box. Let's see how it works. All right, so I used the new charger. It's nice and easy to get it in and out. I've got enough of a charge on the battery. I like these BAUER batteries. They're like a lot of the other brands. You can press the button. I don't have a full charge yet, but this will be enough to test it out. Insert it into the glue gun. And so far as weight and feel and holding it, it feels like any other, cordless power type tool. Good grip. I mean, there's not a lot to say about it. There's a lot of plastic on here, but feels pretty awesome. And the biggest thing, like I said, look, this is kind of the safety feature. I can plop this down. Now, one of the cool things is, I guess, I don't know, I have to check the price, but that other little glue gun, I showed these glue sticks. These are the 3 that came with it over here, and they are absolutely massive. So you're going to get a lot of mileage out of this for, again, an arts and crafts project, or depending on what you're doing. Maybe somebody's burning through a bunch of these. Depending on your project, you kind of know the metrics. If you're having to burn through 10, 20, 30, 40 sticks all day long, this is your deal. You're making arts and crafts. Maybe you have a small Etsy business. You better get the bigger battery, a whole bunch of these larger glue sticks. But if you're doing the occasional project like what our family's doing, this is going to be a great setup. All right, so per the instructions, you turn it on from up top, and the red light has illuminated. It will heat up. It takes about 2 minutes, it said. Once this turns green, we can then put the glue stick in through the back and then begin to use it. Now to test this, I've got a small project here with, everybody's seen these before, these little styrofoam, some might call them disposable, but I think they get a few uses out of it. Cooler that you can put drinks in or whatever and take to the park. Well, this one only got used once, is perfectly fine, but lo and behold, a piece broke off, and I would like to glue this back right here and see how that works in the glue gun. Is a perfect mate for making this happen. In fact, there's another little piece right here that I think I'll try to glue. So we'll try it out on this and see how it works. All right, and exactly as indicated in the instruction manual, it has turned green right about the nose at 2 minutes. So we'll go ahead and put this glue stick in the back here. All right, push it all the way in. I could see it smoking just a little bit there. And you push it until it stops. So it feels like on this one, you got about, what is that, 2 or 3 inches of extra coming. And it should continue to feed through as we use it. All right, let's go ahead and try it out. So I'm just going to squeeze the gun and put a little bit of glue on here. Nice. Okay. Pretty easy. It's not a continuous feed. And I don't know if that's normal or not. You have to keep pressing the button over and over. And I'm sure that's feeding the glue stick through. Yeah, the non-continuous single use, you can see right here as I pull the trigger, it's actually just a mechanical feed continually pushing that glue stick more and more forward. So you don't just press it and glue keeps coming out. You press it and you press it and you press it. That's how it works. So I'm just going to hold that down. And yeah, just gluing up. Nothing spectacular here on the Eclectic Handyman, gluing a styrofoam grill. Let's try it again on this little piece right here. Actually so as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm pressing it and a little bit of that glue comes out. Let me hold it up. They're not perfect to work with. Now, what I've seen, and I'm not going to put my fingers to it, but they say like foil, because it's not gonna light on fire or whatever. You need to get off some. And at this point, and then I've got that little bit right there, so I can just pull that off. This is messy. Like, I don't know. All y'all that do arts and crafts and are better and have more finesse at it than me, I'm sure that's awesome for you all. But now, for me, I'm kind of sloppy with it. But I think it's already, yeah, it's already cooled. And listen, wow, that's not going anywhere. That's fantastic. I'm completely honest. I don't think I've ever used a glue gun ever. I know that might sound crazy. My wife uses one all the time. The kids use them for all kinds of fabric and stuff like that. but I just wanted to try it out on this cooler, and mission success. So I'm happy with this little deal. Now to turn it off, they say you just, you know, pop it off, turn it off. Oh, just press it quickly. Oh, no, actually, I take that back. They said pull out the extra glue. That kind of makes a mess in there. One other tip I did just find also as a last minute wrap up is when it's all done, I kind of like to cool it facing down. What happens is in that internal non-serviceable part, any residual glue will go to the front. That's the part that heats up. So the next time you put one in, it would shove any residual forward rather than it rolling back into the barrel. This part back here actually doesn't get warm. And so if you get a lot of leakage down in here, you're going to end up having to manually clean it out with a pick or something like that, like I did. So I just took a piece of foil, kind of put it down maybe 10 or 15 minutes till I know it's all cool in there, and then, you know, set it back up. And then the next time it turns on, it should be able to push any of that back out. Just something I tried. But again, if you have any comments on it and you're a pro at using those, let me know the best technique for keeping this as clean as possible. My final take on this, pretty awesome investment. I'm excited, I have been, to give this over to the family for them to use, put it down where they do arts and crafts, buy a few more of these for them, and allow them to have a safer, easier to use, more convenient tool. Let me know what you think about the BAUER line and this particular tool, and keep an eye out for Harbor Freight sales. They always have something going on. Not as often on some of their premium lines, but you should be able to score, you know, a deal here and there if you want to pick this up. Anyway, hope you found this useful. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Check out the other tool reviews and how-to videos on the channel. And until next time, this is the Eclectic Handyman. We'll see you later.